What's up, everybody?
You know what time it is.
And today we're talking about the craft.
Let's get into this.
Yes, it worked out.
And we're
Wow.
It worked.
Can't believe we did that on the first take.
Yay!
You know,
us.
it's like it's so
Heck yeah.
fucking hard.
Do the same thing.
It is for me some
every
days.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes JT has a forgets where
Blank
he's at.
stare.
Forgets where he's at. It's okay.
It's all good, man.
Happens to the best of us.
I
But
told
anyway.
you, it's performance anxiety.
Oh God, let's not go down this road again.
Yeah. I think that's how we started the last one.
That's a great episode too. Maybe we
was.
should go down that road.
All
We
right.
should have.
But anyway,
Maybe we should
guys.
fuck shit up more often.
Oh, here we go. And it starts. But as you heard in the intro, guys, we are talking about one of my favorite movies. I know I say that sometimes about
He
horror
says that
movies,
about
but
every movie.
This I love horror movie, dude. And this one here is one of my favorites because I watch this movie like 2 or 3 times a year.
Oh yeah, this
And-
is part of my childhood.
Okay.
Yeah, and my wife
Yeah.
loves this movie and The Craft. Of course, we're talking about The Craft. So
Yes.
like this movie is real
Damn, I thought we were talking about practical magic.
practical.
Oh, shit.
Damn it, JT.
I got my notes fucked up.
Sandra
I'm
Bullock is
thinking about Sandra
hot
Bullock and
in
Nicole
that
Kidman
movie.
here.
Okay.
Nicole Kidman too.
If we're gonna start talking about women, we're gonna get fucking Me Too'd off of YouTube.
Okay, so let's move over to Neve Campbell and Fairuza Balk. Is that her?
Is that her name? Is that the blonde?
No. Fairuza Balk's.
Oh yeah,
girl.
yeah, I know that.
Nancy.
Who's the
Nice.
what's the blonde girl's name? Gosh dang it! Why am I drawing a blank?
What?
Hot.
Robin Tunney?
Yes, Robin Tunney.
Yeah, so you
And
got Fairuza Balk, who
Everybody knows.
is known as Nancy.
Everybody knows her.
Yep. She's a bad girl.
She's awesome.
Heck
Great
yeah, she
actress. Great actress.
I guess.
I guess. Is that what you just said? I guess.
No, I said fuck yes.
She said,
Oh.
She said, let me
I don't have my hearing
Let
aid
me
in, I'm
translate
sorry.
for you. She said, the yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Robin Tunney.
as Sarah.
And she actually plays in a movie I just watched the other day, which is another good movie. We eventually will talk about it, but End of Days. With
Yep.
Oh, Schwarzenegger.
Love
Yep.
that movie. She actually plays in that. But anyway, I just
Yep.
wanted to shoot that out there while we're talking about her.
Yep.
Shoot
then
it
you
all
got
over. Oh,
Shoot it
wait.
in this- God. Have you seen Have you seen
Oh, yeah, that's
have
funny
you
how she
seen-
opened her mouth.
Have you seen the movie? What is it? This is the end. Have you
Yes.
seen that
yes.
with Danny McBride? Freaking oh God,
Oh,
everybody.
I think so.
Dude, that movie. So he's up there. He's like, I'm skeeted all over.
Yeah, you did.
Like Danny McBride, dude. God. Anyway, sorry. God,
Anyway.
that fuck guy's
Anyway.
funny as shit.
Then we got Neve Campbell as Bonnie.
Which we all know who Neve is.
She was in an episode that we just did a few
Yep.
episodes back.
Scream.
Yep. And her character, she's pretty much kind of like a henchman to Nancy.
Yeah.
And then you've got Rachel True, who is also.
She's
what?
like the second hand, the right hand
Yeah.
of, I guess you would call it. Her
Yeah.
her right hand girl.
Pretty much.
Got to be inclusive.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I mean, this movie is super good. The director on this was didn't you
Andrew Fleming.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. And it was written by Peter Filardi.
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 I wonder if he's any relation to Ian Fleming, who did a lot of the James Bond movies.
Something to look into.
Possibly.
real?
I don't know.
But-
When did this movie come out?
1996.
96.
Yeah, 96.
Dude,
Just a couple
90s
years
film,
ago.
Man.
80s and 90s, man.
90s.
Just such good films, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
For
And
sure.
the Craft, like for people who don't know, who haven't seen it, which I don't know if there's too many out there who haven't. It's basically a story about these 3 girls who are witches.
Welcoming in a new girl.
New girl moves into town. She's going to be their 4th because they have to have 4 of them to
The 4 elements.
Complete their coven.
complete
The 4
their coven.
elements. If you
And,
really look at it.
yeah.
Earth, air, fire,
Earth,
water.
Wind, Fire, and Water.
Yep.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
We're on the same boat. Yeah, and just the storyline that they put together for this movie is so good. The acting is fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
everything about this movie is good.
Just some of the scenes they get into. I mean,
Oh man,
Sure.
the scene,
dude, the scene at the bus where the bus driver tells them,
Oh, yeah.
look, what does he say? You look out for the weirdos.
She's
or
like,
whatever.
we are the.
We are the weirdos.
Yeah, dude, I love that.
See, I told you start remembering shit coming to you. But yeah, and I mean, this I kind of put this movie has the same feel for me as like The Faculty
Oh, absolutely.
and Disturbing Behavior,
Mhm.
like great '90s films that just I don't know if you remember Disturbing Behavior.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, dude, the movies
It
are
was
so
very
good.
disturbing.
Disturbing. But yeah, The Craft guys is a.
Dude, we need to
such
do a
great
high school
film, like
episode.
We
A high school,
should.
like a.
All these movies,
All
The Craft.
There's a ton of
The
faculty.
Faculty.
Disturbed
Horror
Behavior,
High.
Horror
For
High.
real.
Shit, yeah, there's a ton of them.
Next idea.
You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get into a little bit more of like, I guess like the,
The characters themselves.
yeah, something to tell.
You
like,
just
how
get
they
into
are.
whatever you want to.
Or get out of whatever you want to.
Well. All
All
right.
right! It's that kind of party.
Put our pants back on. Let me take them
Doing a
back
no
off.
pants dance.
All right, so Sarah, she's one of the main characters. She's the good girl. She's the new girl that comes to this high school that is introduced to the three girls. But her significant powers that you actually end up seeing in the movie is she's able to cast a love spell on her big crush, Chris Hooker.
Hooker. Dirty hooker.
And then towards the end of the movie, she's so
Funny story about a
powerful.
hooker to tell you later.
Oh, Jesus Christ, JT.
We had one show up at work the other day.
Sweet.
A hooker.
Handing out lunch
Lucky
specials.
man.
Yeah, it was
Lucky
interesting.
man.
Lunch specials.
Break time.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Thanks,
You're
JT,
good.
for the pointless. Hey, we need to have a new segment on here called Pointless Information with JT.
Yes, I could fill that shit up.
Do, 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 do.
That's so fucking funny.
But yeah, towards the end of the movie, Sarah ends up disempowering Nancy, Bonnie, and Rochelle, which is the other girl. And then she also is so powerful that she's able to invoke the spirit of Manon.
Manon.
Mm-hmm.
Not Manure.
Manon.
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 You done got on my last Manon.
Getting on my lap Manure with him.
And then she's also able to heal herself towards the end of the movie whenever she's almost dying. So
Yeah.
she's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, and the just a little quick on her part of it, the way they filmed like the ending when she actually fights the three girls,
Mm-hmm.
was so good.
Yeah.
Like with all the
Yeah.
snakes and the spiders and the fucking like scorpions and shit like that, dude. Such
Big.
awesome, dude. Awesome, and like you said, how she can heal herself because like slits the wrists,
Mhm. And then she ends up
Spoiler alert,
invoking
everybody.
Manon,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all of a sudden she heals herself.
Yeah, anytime we have a movie reaction, I'm just gonna put it out there. Spoiler alert.
You guys just need to remember that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys know how.
Yeah, and like, Neve Campbell, she had all these scars and stuff on
Yep.
her. And
She's
like,
burned. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool the way they kind of intermingled different aspects of these
Oh, yeah.
girls' lives. It's all about high school and growing up in high school, and you got to be in that clique, and
It's
And,
like,
and that's the thing. Well, you're probably gonna say that. I don't know if you were, but that's like the thing with Sarah in this, which is Robin Tunney's character. She's really pretty, blonde. Has a family, has decent amount of money.
well put
and-
together.
Yeah, she built.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
there is this
Well
thing
put
called
together.
a brick shit house.
But yeah, so so she's got this thing going on where she can feel something is up and she knows something's up, but she's part of, I guess what you would say,
A natural witch.
yeah,
she is
she's
a
a natural
natural
witch. She's a white
It
witch.
even says that in the movie too.
Yeah, and the thing is like when she moves to this school, you have your cliques.
Yep.
Everywhere's got their own cliques, you know.
That's
Yes,
with every high school
jocks.
movie ever.
Exactly,
You got
and
the
it's true,
socias, you
and
got
it's,
the
and, it's,
jocks,
and it's so true though, you know.
the nerds,
The
nerds.
the
nights,
metalheads.
and I'm a little bit of it all wrapped into one.
I was in the stoner clique.
I never did drugs,
That's probably why my mind wanders a
but
lot.
I hung out with all the druggies. Still do to this day.
What?
Yeah. No, but anyway, she moves in, and she's kind of got this dilemma because she's dealing with moving to a new school, having this stuff going on with her, and
Having a big crush.
having a crush on this guy, and
This
trying to
big
figure
jock.
out where she wants to be at in this school situation. Everybody's telling her don't hang out with these girls, but they're being cool to her and accepting, and all this stuff.
That's only because they need her.
Yes, because once she ends up joining the group, all of a sudden, pow, all their powers are like
Just they
Going
she
off.
completes the circle. you know?
exactly.
Or the square, I guess you would call it. There's 4 of them, but yeah. So it goes to show you that, like he was saying, like JT was saying, the high school dilemma, the whole, you know, you got your cliques, and you got to move in and find out where you want to be at, go against the grain on things and whatnot, and just the way you said how they give you the background on these characters, and
Yeah.
just the way they build them up throughout the movie, and this is really good. Everything about this movie is so good.
Yeah, very cool. I mean, they did a really good job filming this movie.
So where are we going to? Who's next on your Ask Agenda?
Nancy, of course.
Nancy.
Nancy. She can also invoke Manal. She causes Ray to have a heart attack. She's
Poor
telekinetic. And she's really good with glamoring.
Yeah,
She's got a lot of power.
She's such
but
a-
more evil. Like she looks
She's
at
such a-
Manal in an evil way. Like
well, she like it's kind of like in
she
everything.
abuses the power.
Exactly, in everything. You know what they say: power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. You know, once you start getting this power, then she's like, you can just see her, and that's the cool part about the movie is you see her transforming into this different person.
You know, broken
Right.
home, living in a trailer, not having her dad, having a boyfriend to her mom, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden
She went-
changes and
She went from sweet, lovable Nancy to... No, wait, she was never sweet and
She's never
lovable.
sweet.
She was an evil bitch from the beginning of the movie.
She's
Yeah.
an awesome actress, though.
Yeah, she is.
She is so good. The way she portrays herself in movies, period, especially in this one.
absolutely.
You know, one thing that was funny about this is I thought was funny is whenever Ray has a heart attack or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they come in and like, oh, you're getting this payout.
Yep.
And it's like they're like, oh man, and it's like $100,000.
And instead of crying,
And
They
I'm like,
start-
and I'm thinking, I'm like, well, yeah, well, it's funny because they
that's
start
what's funny,
like getting
because
happy about
they
it.
start laughing.
They start laughing or happy about it or whatever. But my thing is like, it's $100,000.
Yeah, you
They
can't
move into
really-
this apartment that looks like it's an easily like probably a $5,000 to $10,000 apartment a month.
Yeah.
And like they buy all this stuff and all this, and I'm like, man, that money's not gonna go very far. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're living like they're millionaires, but they only got $100,000. I just
Yeah.
thought that was funny in the movie. Just watching it.
Hey, $100,000 was a lot different back in the 90s.
That is true.
True, it was like It was like $110,000.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, but back
That's an
to
extra month's rent.
back to the movie though. Yeah, she in like the way you kind of said it, like making herself look throughout the movie and stuff. She's awesome, man.
Yeah, she is.
Every movie
really
she's ever
good.
made, she just kills it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, she's the quintessential goth girl.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure, for sure. I mean,
Those lips.
Yeah.
Waterboy.
I was kind of
Waterboy.
You want me to kill for you? No, I tell you what. Speaking of, we actually brought this movie up though. Disturbing Behavior had Katie Holmes in it.
Yep.
I kind of wish they would have casted her as that part in that movie.
You think so?
Yeah, Katie Holmes did great.
Nancy's?
Mm,
Oh, you mean
her.
as
Her
as Nancy?
herself. No, freaking gosh dang it.
Fairuza Balk?
Yeah, Fariz.
Oh, you wish they'd have put her and
Casted
Katie
her
Holmes.
in there instead
Yeah,
of Katie
I
Holmes.
gotcha.
Now Katie
I
Holmes
gotcha.
did a great job
Oh,
in the
yeah.
movie,
Yeah, she did.
but that part of the movie was made for her. Really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone like her, the way she portrays herself. But yeah, and she does some pretty cool shit in the movie.
Yeah, she does.
You know, like whenever she goes after freaking what's his name, Hooker.
The hooker.
The hooker, the damn dirty old hooker.
TJ.
She makes herself turn into
Chris, whenever her feet are dragging on the floor
Oh,
as she's
yeah.
approaching him out the window before he falls out.
Such a
she's
good
just
part,
like,
man.
perfect.
Yeah, and
she's so
like
creepy.
when she's just
Yeah, yeah.
such a great film. That scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like she changed herself, transformed herself into her,
Mm-hmm.
and then whenever they bust in, he looks down and she's back.
It's
She,
Nancy. It's not Sarah. You got caught.
dude, I'm telling you, and when like witchcraft, I've talked about it a million times on this podcast, a different episode. Like I really want to kind of check that shit out.
Oh,
I want to try to find someone, even if I can find like a local covenant. I'm around that I can talk to, that's got to be consider herself a warlock, a witch, a white witch, whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of different elements to witchcraft and all that magic.
And if you look like Fairuza Balk, it's even better.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like people like you have on here, like magic and witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if magic is really considered witchcraft.
No.
Because I think magic is known that it's fake. You know what I mean? I mean, pretty much people know that.
It's not faking Harry Potter.
No, Jesus.
Not. And that stuff's
I went
real.
there.
You tell Harry
Real.
Potter that to his face. I dare you.
Harry Pot smoker.
Harry Palmer.
Oh, man.
Whoa. Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know. I'm really highly intrigued in witchcraft. Just because
It goes way back, man.
way back.
Way
Salem.
back.
I mean, witch doctors,
Mhm.
everything. Like
Voodoo.
voodoo
That
hoodoo,
you do.
the voodoo that you do.
One
Yeah.
of the most disturbing episodes we did was that witchcraft episode. For me, anyway.
Yeah, we did.
When we went back and really looked at the Inquisition and
The history of
the
it.
history of it, it was very.
Very creepy and crazy. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things that went into it,
Yeah. I was a little freaked out.
And to me, and we got into like the different types of witches,
Yeah.
and there's just so much. There's difference out there.
Oh, yeah.
That I just wonder where
Different
that
categories.
power comes from, because it's kind of hard for
Well,
me.
it comes from men all.
Well, in this, yeah, in this, but like and you're actually getting to my point, is that there's so many different, like
Different
versions
gods,
of
different-
yeah. It's like
Lords, different.
that would be a great movie. Now think about that, like. You got like Hercules and all these Greek gods. All the Greek gods are up there, right?
Yeah.
But make a movie about all the witchcraft gods.
Well, that's Harry Potter.
and stuff like that. No. No, we're not talking about Harry Potter again on this fucking podcast.
You're surrounded by Harry Potter.
I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I quit. I'm done.
It's
I can't
funny
take
because
this.
you're stuck.
And it's funny. For me, as much as I love the paranormal and witchcraft
triggered.
and all of this stuff, I can't get into the Harry Potter movies. And you would think somebody like me would love those movies, and
I've enjoyed them.
I just don't like them.
Yeah.
I can't.
I enjoy them.
Of course
They're
you
fun.
do.
I'm not saying they suck.
No.
I just can't get into
But do
them.
I think they're fun? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they're like. I don't know if they would have came out when I was a little bit younger, I probably would have enjoyed them more. In order for me to get into something like that, I don't know. It is what it is. My kid will watch it.
That's enough.
It's not enough until I say it's enough. No, but yeah, I really freaking want to. I'm trying my hardest to find someone. I've been looking around. I walked up to this lady the other day at the gas station. She was wearing and I had no idea that this was. You're gonna laugh at this.
Oh gosh.
She was wearing a T-shirt, right? And it had something about witchcraft on it, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna go talk to her because it says it had a covenant on it and stuff like that, I'm like, cool. I'm gonna see if she's part. She may have been in a witch covenant. She looked like she was. She played the part.
Yeah.
So I started talking to her about her shirt. She's like, oh no, this is just off of American Horror Story.
Oh, Coven.
And
That was actually one of my favorite seasons.
I didn't see the horror story on there.
Yeah.
I just seen the coven part and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, now I feel like an idiot.
That's funny.
She's like, but I do know somebody who is a warlock, a certain kind of warlock. And I'm like, really? So I kind of got her information. I'm gonna talk to her and see if I can't hook something. I really am
Damn,
highly
Ryan's
intrigued.
hooking up with witches.
Yes, the things I do for this podcast.
I want to watch.
And I got my camera woman here. We're gonna make some magic happen.
Yeah, we are.
All right, back to the movie. I'm done fucking talking.
That's
about
funny. All right, Bonnie.
I forgot we were even talking about a movie.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
awesome segue.
She's the one with the burn marks. I never saw her dad. I know that she has a mom.
I can't remember if
I don't think she does.
Well, that's funny because, strangely enough, her dad was kind of not very present in Scream either.
That is true.
So maybe it's her.
Maybe.
Maybe she
it's
got
her.
problems.
Maybe she got problems. Well, what would you guys say about Bonnie as a character? She was really sweet and quiet,
Reclusive.
but once Nancy got a hold of her powers, she kind of turned into a bitch.
See, well, that's
Yeah.
my thing. Like, she was being super nice to God dang it, man.
Sarah.
Sarah. She was being real nice to Sarah at the beginning,
Well, yeah.
and
it's
like
because
talking to her and
her burn marks.
whatnot.
She didn't have.
And it's kind of weird, like you said. You see when like the girls are together, you see like the nice quality in them,
Yeah.
and, like the
Yeah.
friendship
Yeah.
and this and that. But then when they're out in the public, it's like a different story.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Well, Bonnie, with her though, she was so,
Scarred?
Well, yeah, but she was, everybody was picking on her in school,
Tired of being
and
ugly
she, because of the scars that she had,
And her boobs came
and
out.
once they got their powers and she lost her scars, then she started wearing all these like risque outfits
Yeah,
and
exactly.
hanging out with the hot
That's
people.
same
I gotta
as
say
she
this.
sits down.
Sorry, guys, I'm not trying to make any mad, trigger anyone, or whatever. But
Oh man,
Oh,
I don't
triggering.
remember Neve Campbell having that big of.
I did. I grew up with
that
that movie.
big of a what?
I remember that.
That big
scene
of a
with-
chest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
That was
yeah, but
part
if
of
you
my
see,
childhood, and I saw those knockers coming out, and I was just like, oh,
yeah, but I mean, you don't see them in the movie, so that could be fake.
because she's all clothed
Clothed
up.
up,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
She was always wearing like a coat.
Yeah.
But I mean, I
And then
remember
all of a
herself
sudden, when you see a
completely
girl
covered.
that's all clothed up, out of nowhere, you see negativity, like nakedness.
Naked.
You're like, wow,
Naked.
everything looks a lot bigger than what you thought it was,
Right.
because she was all clothed up.
I'm using that excuse.
You should. I do.
Negativity.
Negativity. Krista, she's beating you on the new words. Negativity.
Negativity.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
That's a horror chronicle. Hey, we're copywriting that right
Yep,
now.
right now.
Negativity. That's so fucking funny.
Anything else about
But
Bonnie?
The
yeah,
shit we
um,
put up with here.
But yeah, she, I think as far as the group goes, she's more of the most of the follower.
Quiet?
She's
Yeah,
a follower.
She's quiet
type,
though, but yeah, she's a follower.
reclusive.
Straight up.
Until
The powers came,
those
and then
powers
she got
came
cocky.
and that stuff got cleaned up. Then she kind of, it went all those years of being, bullied and picked on and people not liking her and being ashamed of herself.
Yep.
And it come out. She's about the only one in there that
She didn't cause any harm on anybody besides
well,
Sarah.
She's the
Like,
one. She's the only one that I could feel for.
Yeah.
As far as the three
Yeah,
girls.
she
that
has
are-
a right to react that way.
She had a shitty life, and she
Yeah.
kind of. That's the same way anybody would do if they had a real shitty life, and then all of a sudden good things started happening, and you had this
Right.
power. You would be like, man, I want to change this shittiness in my life.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of what she
Well,
did.
but didn't she kind of go down a dark road though?
Well, at the end with
Yeah.
all of them though, that was
Yeah.
all three of them.
Yeah.
Like we
Well,
said.
they started, like, isn't she the one that put the spell on the guy to make him fall in love with her?
no,
that's
that's Sarah.
Oh, that was Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sarah.
I don't know why she
Yeah.
would need to make a spell to make somebody fall in love with her.
Exactly.
She was cute.
But
Exactly.
But my thing is
Exactly.
like you're right. She did go down a dark road, but like we said, she's a follower. So even though she's feeling better and she's kind of got
going
this
with the
cocky
squad.
attitude, she's still gonna do whatever the fuck they say.
Yeah.
You know. So and then she went with that. So yeah, that's why I think about her character. You know,
She was scared.
Scarf.
it was a good character for sure, and you know, she played it well.
I think so.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know it. And like I said, she's the only one that I would feel. I'm like, man, yeah, I understand what she's doing. I
Yeah.
understand where she's coming from on
Yeah.
some of that shit. You know?
I mean, if you really think about it and you look at everybody's backstory, I mean, you can kind of feel where all the girls are coming from. I mean, with Sarah and the suicidal thing with her mom. Then you got Nancy with the broken home living in a trailer and trash. Then you've got Bonnie, who has got the burn marks, has been scarred for life. And then you've got Rochelle, who's been picked on and bullied by the preppy girl.
She's a black girl,
So-
and this
Yeah.
this white girl is making fun of her all the time and whatnot.
Love it. She made her hair fall
yeah,
out.
yeah. Let's talk about Rochelle.
Yeah,
Talk about Rochelle, JT.
Huh?
Tell us about Rochelle.
Rochelle.
I don't know what to tell you about her.
Well, you were
right.
talking
She-
about what she did to the preppy
Well,
chick.
like, you know, she had the one preppy blonde girl that was, you know, the very popular, beautiful
Yeah.
cheerleader-esque, you know,
Yeah.
girl in the high school,
Yep.
and
Played by Christy Taylor.
yeah, she was always picking on her all the time, you know, in gym class and just throughout school,
Yep.
period. And finally, she had enough, and this blonde girl kept telling her how ugly she was and her nappy hair and all
Yeah.
this stuff,
Yep.
you know. And so Rochelle put a spell on her and made all this girl's hair fall out. And then after she did it, she felt horrible.
Yeah,
about
she
it.
did. Yeah, she did.
She really did.
She couldn't look at her own reflection in the
Right.
mirror.
Yeah, and then, well, like they say, it comes back to you in threes.
Yep.
Right.
You know, threefold. So,
It was
Yeah.
a crazy scene though. Whenever she took her swim cap off.
yeah.
Yeah, Kristen Taylor, and all her hair's just coming out, and she's all bald.
In
and everything.
chunks and yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, man, and it's like, it's kind of crazy because I think about it, and like you just said, she felt bad afterwards,
Afterwards.
right?
Well, and the three of them did. Nancy was the only one that didn't. She was like, I don't give a fuck about anybody.
Exactly.
know?
But like
Yeah.
my thing is like just, and in speaking on real life, you know, it's crazy. Unless you're like Nancy, then you do feel bad when something
Right.
happens. I remember getting in a fight with this dude one
There's
time.
consequences for everything.
Well, like
and in this movie, like you said, it came back to you threefold.
Well, like what I was saying, like in humanity, man, like you do feel sorry, you know, if you do something most times.
Some people do.
You know what I mean?
Degrees of
Like
human nature,
Because
honestly.
I remember I got in a fight with this kid. I didn't really get in a fight with him. I just punched this kid.
Some people, I mean, I don't give a fuck. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and but see, here's the thing though. You think that like there's people I've fucking gotten shit with, and I'm like, dude,
God, I
fuck
shouldn't have beat
guy.
that dude's
You know what
ass.
I mean? Yeah, but then afterwards you're like, man, I kind of feel bad for the dude, you know? Or basically what I'm getting at is it's showing in the movie. It's showing that the human side.
Mhm.
You know, is
Yeah.
that you do feel bad, even though this fucking chick deserved what she got.
She did.
You know what I mean?
She did.
She deserved what she got, and you still feel bad for the person. The
Yeah.
only way I know 100% that I will not feel bad for something is if you fucking do something to my kids or my wife. I will. There's enough said. If something happens to them, I'm never gonna feel bad for what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do a lot of shit. But I'm not gonna feel bad about that. But yeah, I mean, in this movie, you know, it shows that human part. It's the building of the characters, you know, like you said. It's
Where everybody's coming from.
it's showing everybody's
Background.
full circle of who they are.
Yep.
But then, like we said, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Nancy is just completely engulfed and
got a lot of anger.
inflamed
Yeah.
A lot of anger,
Well,
a lot of hate.
in the power.
That's where all it came from.
You know,
I have the power.
power of Grayskull.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, she just let herself be engorged and inflamed in this, and she just took it to right to the heart. And
Yeah.
And once the group saw that Nancy was taking it to a whole different level after they ended up doing their chant on the beach, you know, I fucking went brain dead.
Brain dead.
continue.
And Bernadette.
Go that
Well,
way.
one thing I was going to say is like their filming location on
Yeah.
this. They set this in like suburban America, you know. This movie would not have had, I don't think, as much of an impact if it would have been like, say, in New York City.
Yeah.
You know, or I mean, it may have, but you know, the way they, and it seems that's kind of the norm. They put these movies in these suburban settings.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if
Probably because
it's a little more seclusion.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like,
you
I
know?
think about these, like California, New York, huge population.
Right. Oh,
So-
I'm not saying it's. You
Well,
know,
no, what I'm saying is that speaking of why they would do that, if you hear something, if something's going on where you're at, like that could never happen here, or that's
Yeah,
not going. That's
yeah.
not. I don't even. It's more foreign to them if they see
Right.
something happen in the country or some, you know. Yeah, I. As far as after she gets these powers on the beach, and you know, and she comes out once they do the whole little deal, and she comes out the next day, and there's all these dead sharks and dolphins and whales and shit, like killer whales and whatnot on the beach. She's like, these are my gifts. And she kept, if you notice the point, and what I'm trying to say is all this is, if you notice, she kept saying, these are my gifts. These are mine. This is mine. 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 But they're supposed to be a covenant. It's supposed to be all of them. You know, and
but she wanted to be the leader.
Yeah, she took all of it.
Her wish, whenever they were doing the chanting, was she wanted all the
All
powers,
powers
of
of
Minot.
Yeah.
Everybody else wanted, you know, Bonnie wanted to get healed. Rochelle wanted to get, you know, back at
What's her face?
Christy. Yeah. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
So
If you
she
keep
just
playing with
wanted
that thing,
powers.
It's gonna fall off again.
If you keep playing that thing, it's gonna fall off. Damn it! Story of my life.
That's what happened to me.
Whoa!
No reassignment surgery here.
Well, I did it myself.
I don't need your help. I can do it myself.
Had it bitten off in the front of a Buick.
Oh,
God.
oh, that's rough. But yeah,
One of my favorite scenes. Well, okay, I've got two favorite scenes. I'll talk about the less of what my favorite was. The light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Oh yeah.
When they're all together having a slumber party or whatnot. You know, that scene cracked me up. I mean, growing up, I have two sisters, so we were trying to make
Who
our
are
own
just as
coven.
fucking
I remember
crazy.
doing that
And
stuff
we
when
used
I was a
to
kid.
we used to always do it at the slumber parties, light as feather, stiff as a board. In the end, you'll end up just taking your entire
Yeah.
strength and just lifting them just for
Yeah,
the fun of it.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
have you guys ever been
Yeah.
successful with light as a feather, stiff as a board?
Oh yeah, every day.
I'm
Every
I'm
day.
fucking stiff as a board every morning.
No, but I do remember doing it.
And I ain't gotta chant nothing. It just fucking happens.
Size of a feather, stiff. Oh, light it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
No, I remember doing
Soft
that at
as a
parties
feather
and
to stiff
stuff.
as a board.
Absolutely. And then my most favorite was whenever they were changing their appearance and Sarah brings that spell
Yeah.
and whatnot.
And changed her hair color.
Dude, me and my
Yeah.
sisters had the whole setup. We chanted the whole spell that they did. We had the setup in our closet, and we were in a circle doing it, and still nothing happened. So, yeah.
Did you see my one hair? My one hair turned blonde.
It turned blonde, guys.
I've got some that have turned
We're
gray.
witches.
Yeah, that's magic.
Magic.
It is magic.
There's this
Magical life.
there's this guy that works with us. He's like 60 something. He's hilarious. I love him to death. And like he dyes his hair black.
Mm-hmm.
And when he doesn't dye it, it gets fucking white as
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, that's just all that wisdom coming out of your head. They got that wisdom coming up out there. He's like, yeah, that's wisdom, man. I'm like, oh, shout out to Mike West. Love you, brother. No, yeah, I never tried. I can't remember trying that. We did some crazy shit when I was a kid, you know, camping out in the woods and shit like
Yeah.
that. I guess it's different for boys and girls.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
trust me, this was like me and my sisters. Like,
Oh, trust me, I know you.
favorite
I know
just
you.
wanted
I know you and your sisters. So trust me,
Yeah.
I know.
We grew up with this one.
I
for
can just
sure.
imagine.
Guess for me it was different. I grew up in a house full of women. I was the only boy.
Oh man.
So,
So what you're saying is you're pretty feminized.
yeah,
for you.
yeah.
I knew how to put a bra on before I knew how to take one off.
I did. I really did.
The soundtrack to this movie is freaking amazing.
yeah, this is something we
Yeah.
gotta talk about.
Amazing.
The soundtrack is awesome sauce. Here, I'll just let you kind of look at it for a second.
Can't even see it.
Her handwriting. See if you can see it. Can you see it?
They can't see that shit.
Oh, look, they can see that.
Maybe.
But if not, we're going to talk about it. So
You need to look it up if you can't read it or you don't know who this artist or this song. You need to look it up because it's a really good soundtrack.
Dark Secret. That's a great one. There's a bunch of them, man.
Looked up because I don't know anybody on that list.
Oh, dude, this soundtrack is good, man. It's a good soundtrack.
It was a good soundtrack. It was.
You know, that's something that we don't talk about much is soundtracks, which I know we're planning on doing like an episode on them. There's just the thing about that is we do multiple.
We do talk about soundtracks. Talk about a soundtrack for Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, fuck, yeah. That's because it's the greatest soundtrack ever. AC/DC all the way.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, soundtrack, guys, check it out for sure because, I mean, I do that all the time. I'll get online and if I'm watching a movie, I'm like, dude, what song is that? And I'll just Google it on their old Google machine and get on the interwebs.
I use Shazam.
Yeah, I was
Shazam!
watching the movie and I was just like, the music that was in it, I was just like, I totally need to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it up because it's got a lot of good music.
Yeah. Dude, that, you know, that's like, I'm assuming that's probably what jumped off the TV show Charmed. Because they used that whole intro and everything. And, which I like Charmed when I was younger. I can't really watch it now just because I try to keep myself away from politics. But it's hard for me sometimes. Now, when people come out talking about we need to have a sex strike, what?
All right.
Dude, I gotta say this because it was fucking funny as hell. Just
go.
real fast. Well, no, everybody probably knows this. Hopefully you don't. If you don't, then God bless you. But Alyssa Milano came out with all this shit about having a sex strike and all this other bullshit. Well, there's this one comedian chick, and she's like, somebody tell Alyssa Milano's husband to DM me.
Oh my god.
Like, dude, that's so fucking funny.
That's great.
God, even Alyssa Milano like retweeted and said it like had a
That's
smiley
great.
laughing face. That's fucking classic. I'm sorry, that's great. But yeah, The Craft, guys, super good movie.
Yeah.
The atmosphere of this movie, we talk about atmosphere a lot. That means a lot to us on this podcast. And this movie has great atmosphere. Like I said, if you like The Faculty, if you haven't seen this, which I don't know if you haven't, it's doubtful. But if you haven't, it's got the same atmosphere as like The Faculty and, you know, disturbing behavior, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Really, you know, kind of brings you into it. Great job directing it.
I think it was a good view of, you know, the 90s look of witches back.
Yeah.
I mean, bring it
that era.
into the 90s culture.
Yeah, funny thing is like I kind of remember seeing some girls that were like that. Not in our high school.
Yeah.
But in other schools.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like you said, completely. And I see them now more now than ever.
Yeah.
I didn't see nothing like that. I was out of high school by then.
Well, no, yeah, you're out of high school. Did they even have high school when you were?
They did. They did.
We had a one room.
Had a one-room school. We rode on a rock with a piece of charcoal.
Yeah, like Fred Flintstone style.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, guys, Craft is a great movie. Definitely check it out. If you're into witchcraft or magic or any of that stuff.
Even if you're not, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a fun movie to watch.
yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, if you really like, man,
I don't know that it's really all that scary. It's just very interesting.
Classic.
It's a classic. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a classic film. Yeah, I mean, scary.
No.
But witchcraft.
Sorry, I had to go and fuck it up.
Yeah, you fucked everything up. I hope you like yourself right now, because
I hope I hit the record button.
Oh shit. But it's like a fantasy thriller, but hopefully we recorded this whole fucking thing, all right?
the bad part is I can actually fucking believe him. When
Yeah, we all had to look at it and go,
I'm like, wait,
okay,
did he
yeah.
push the record button?
God.
You gotta watch this guy. Wait, did I turn the mics on?
I like.
Shit.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
I did have to think about it. Well, there's a lot of shit going on here, you know? And I got to put up with these two mooks.
Good time.
It's
Good
all
time.
good. We keep him on his toes.
Yeah,
keep
we
him
do.
young.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, guys, that's the Craft episode, guys. Definitely check it out. 100% will not ruin your movie night. You're guaranteed to like it.
Yeah.
No matter what, if you rent it.
Yeah, very good.
Would you
movie,
show your
very good
kids?
movie.
I'd show the girls.
Oh, my son's already
For
watched this
sure.
a bunch of times.
Yeah.
He's already seen it a bunch of times. Like I said, my wife loves this movie. It's one of her favorites. So
Wasn't there some of this in like Scary Movie too, or something?
Oh, I guarantee you.
Oh, I'm sure.
Guarantee you. It's been so long since I've seen scary movies, the
Yeah.
scary movies things, but
Yeah.
yeah, guys, check it out. Will not ruin your movie night. Definitely
No.
worth renting. It's not like a chance on it. You're gonna like it.
Yeah.
And don't forget to hit us up everywhere, guys. Definitely hit us up on YouTube. Come check us out, man. Like, subscribe,
See our
share,
faces.
hit the bell. That way you can get a notice on whether or not when we put out new stuff. We put out the horror shorts episodes just for YouTube. We're kind of trying to get ideas from everybody. So if you're watching, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think we can do better.
We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely give us some stories if you guys want to hit us up on our email.
Creep us
Yeah.
out.
Horror Chronicles Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah.
We want to start telling other people's stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, or letting you tell them. If we can
Yeah.
get you on here, we'll get you on here. We're not afraid of that.
Nope.
And it's a good time, good conversation. But if you don't want to, we can tell it for you, leave you anonymous,
Yeah.
and just let you do your thing,
Hell, even if you just want to get on here and be a dork like me, you can. I mean,
We're all
fuck, they
dorks.
let me do it.
Yeah, we're all dorks. It's all gravy. There's just a non-judgmental zone, guys. I will talk to you about anything except for politics.
And he'll even talk about those too.
Yeah, you will.
Not on camera, because I can't. I just can't.
Hot.
Anyway.
Hot.
Anyways, guys,
Intense.
hit us up on everything. Facebook, YouTube. Bree's been kicking ass on Facebook.
I think we all have, man.
Yay, Bree! We're
But
on
yeah.
Spotify. We're on
Castbox,
iTunes, Castbox,
everything.
yeah.
Anywhere you can find podcasts, that's where we're at. But if you come to YouTube, guys, you can see the videos, see some of the stupid stuff we do, and get to laugh at our ugly faces.
Trying to get us up on Amazon now.
Heck yeah.
Amazon,
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, because then we'll be hooked up on Alexa. Hey, Alexa, play the Horror Chronicles podcast.
Yeah.
You know
Can't
you
wait.
want that.
You know you want it.
You know you need it.
But yeah, guys, that's the end of this one. And as always, until next time,
Keep it creepy.